I wanted to ask you about tobacco smoke.
Okay.
And why on earth two Catholics would sit here with the audacity to smoke, and isn't that a sin? Isn't that a terrible thing to do? It's bad for you, and why would you do something that's bad for you? Your body's a temple of the Holy Spirit. Why would you do something that would harm you?
You know what one of the things that they have commonly in temples is?
Incense.
Incense. You know what tobacco is? Incense. As I have to get his full name. Hang on just a second, because his full name is amazing. As Philippus Aureolus Theophrastus Bombastus von Hohenheim said, or better known as Paracelsus, the poison is the dose. So, and that applies to anything. Even water is poisonous if you drink enough of it. There is such a thing as...
What does poisonous mean?
I
thought I knew until you said water could be poisonous.
Well, it means that it interferes with your body, with your body's operations in a way that can be injurious or even fatal.
Okay.
So that's why we have like intoxication is, you know, with alcohol, well, it can interfere with your body's normal functioning, but it can also be pleasant up to a point. And then it becomes unpleasant, and then you pass out, and then you die if you take enough.
Right.
Well, it turns out the same thing happens with water. You can...
Is that really likely? I mean, I'm sure it's possible.
It has happened.
It has happened.
It has
I mean,
happened.
you'd be throwing up, presumably. Before.
No, you can drink water fast enough in such quantities that it overloads your body's ability to get rid of it. And there have been people who have died from water intoxication. A famous example was in, I want to say it was San Francisco. I may have that wrong. But a radio station was having a contest to win there was a type of video game out at the time, or video game device called a Wii, W-I-I.
I had one.
Yeah. Well, this was when those were the big hot thing, and they were having a contest among their listeners to win a Wii. And the title of the contest, or the slogan of the contest, was "Hold Your Wii for a Wii." Oh. And it was to see who could drink the most water, and without going to the bathroom.
Yeah. And
they had these contestants who were drinking water, and they had a nurse call up on the radio station.
Here we go.
Yeah. Call up on
the Wii for a Wii. Yeah, you got it. Call up the radio station and say, what you're doing is dangerously unsafe. People can, in fact, die from drinking too much water too fast. And that proceeded to happen. One of their contestants was a woman who had entered this contest in order to get her children this video game. My goodness.
And she drank so much water so fast that it overloaded her kidneys' ability to process it, and she died, which is just heartbreaking when you think about what she was here for.
Did her kids at least get the video game?
I don't know.
Sorry, not the point, but you feel like it's
kind
at
of
least
ruin
they
it
could
for me if Mom died to get me this.
Gosh, that's brutal. Here we go. Look, can you read that from where you are? I'm a blind man.
At one point, a nurse contacted the station and informed the DJs that the contest could be dangerous and potentially fatal. The DJs responded by saying, "We're aware of that," and said that the contestants had signed releases and couldn't file a lawsuit. According to a contestant, the waivers addressed only publicity issues and made no mention of health or safety concerns. The DJs also joked about Strange's distended belly, that's the contestant, joking that she looked about 3 months pregnant. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So even water and oxygen are fatal in sufficient dosage. So as Paracelsus said, the poison is the dose. And as long as you're using tobacco in moderation, it is not a sin.
All right, let me push back against that. I mean, surely there are certain substances that we shouldn't be taking even in moderation. Like if I told you that every day I went to the paint store and I just had a little bit of paint, you'd be like, don't do that.
Charlie, you been drinking straight paint?
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't tell me not to do that?
The poison is the dose.
You'd be okay if I was having a bit of...
If you want to eat a paint chip that is so small...
If you're into that
it's not going to cause you any problems, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. I'm going to warn you about problems. I'm not going to warn you about things that aren't going to cause you a problem.
All right.
Well, if you're in the chat right now and you disagree with us and you have an argument against smoking, let us know. Hey, there's my wife. She just wrote, yeah, Vegemite. I craved it when I was pregnant with my Aussie babies.
Howdy, Cameron.
I love cigars. Absolutely love them.
Okay.
And I try to have one for breakfast every morning.
Okay.
I can't always do it, but it's my goal. Is that too much? I feel
one
great.
cigar a day? No, not really. It's not going to really hurt you.
I'd like to get up to 3. I'm not joking. I would like to. I would like to get at least one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I'd like that.
So I'm not an expert on cigars. I've never smoked a cigar. Haven't researched them in detail. But one of the things I know about both cigars and pipes is you don't inhale. And that means that you are not bringing the tobacco smoke into your lungs in the same way that one would with cigarettes. And that's where the damage is. It's not the nicotine. Nicotine does not really cause physical damage. What causes damage is the other chemicals and elements, some of which are radioactive. And if you're bringing that into your lungs, it's going to increase the potential for damage. Having said that, a few cigarettes a day is probably not going to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I know with pipe smoking, when the Surgeon General report came out in 1962, that they found pipe smokers actually lived longer than non-smokers.
Sweet.
So there can be some benefits like relaxation
Oh my
and lowering
gosh,
blood pressure and things like that.
I mean, this is what I say all the time, and it might be a cope, but it's also the case. There's something nice about lighting up a cigar and committing to an hour of just sitting and relaxation. You went to our cigar lounge. You're going to come tonight. By the way, if anyone lives anywhere near Steubenville, 7 p.m. tonight, Jimmy's going to be there. Fellas get to sit around together, chat, have a nice human interaction. It's really enjoyable. When did you get into pipe smoking?
I'm sorry?
When did you get into pipe smoking?
1978.
And maybe this is too personal a question, so please don't feel the need to answer it, but how many pipes do you typically have a day? How many bowls?
I don't really count.
All right. All right, let's see here. This Harrelson $50 chat isn't... Okay, here it is. So Harrelson also said, someone get Matt to tell folks about his new pipe that he's currently smoking. I should be doing other things, but I can't move away from this conversation. Two of my favorite people in the world. What a very kind thing to say.
Well, thank you. The new pipe that I'm currently smoking is one that...
He's asking about my pipe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a pipe I bought in Vienna a couple of weeks ago. It is a Dunhill. It's, let's see, what is it?
So it's British.
It's chestnut wood. And it has a, what's this called? A windscreen. Windscreen. And it's very enjoyable. I've been smoking more pipes in Austria because there's nowhere to sit inside to smoke a cigar, and it's very unpleasant to smoke a cigar outdoors if it's in any way windy or cold. There's something very pleasant, I think, about holding a bowl, a warm bowl, and smoking outside, especially with the windscreen. So that's what I was doing. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Before you go, do us a favor, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of the video, like, and subscribe.